Well, doesn't riding a bike feel like hard work at times? Don't know about you if it does, but it does for me. Anyway, wouldn't it be great to have a better option? What about e-bikes? Let's have a look what we have here on the computer. Did a search for mountain bike e-bikes. Look, they range from different prices, anywhere from $1,000 up to $6,000, probably more. We're looking at the cheaper end of the scale at the moment here. But how about if you had your own bike? What if we had a DIY option? Let's check that out. Here we go, a Bafang 750 watt mid-drive motor. That sounds like what we're after. Now, I ended up putting my order from AliExpress. I found it was the best value for money, and they also had AU stock, so I was able to receive it in 2 weeks, which is quite good. Let's open up the battery and have a look and see what we've got inside here. In the end, I decided to go with the 12 amp hour battery because I'm only going to be using it for short distances, so I wasn't too worried about the range. But you can also get up to a 17.5 amp hour battery. And the only difference you're going to get is probably with the 12 amp hour battery, you may get probably about, they say, 60 kilometres, and with the bigger battery, you're probably going to get over 100 kilometres. But it all depends how you use it. So anyway, here we have a 48 volt, 12 amp hour battery, all wrapped up nicely, and it also contains the clamp to mount it on the bike. One thing that's worth noting is you do have an option to choose either Samsung cells or more generic cells. I ended up going with the Samsung, a bit more known, but you do pay a little bit more for that. Okay, now to unbox our motor and all the bits and pieces that go with that. So one thing you notice when you do put your order together, there it is a lot of options, and you kind of got to work through what options are going to work for your bike. Again, I think they make it so this kit works on pretty much 90% of mountain bikes, but there are some things worth checking and worth noting about. Okay, first of all, we've got our maintenance manual, which has got a couple of pages in it, so hopefully that gives us a bit of the information we need to know how to put it together. They provide some tools, which is quite handy. Okay, there you go. That's the That's the motor there, motor assembly. 750 watts of power there, so that should be quite nice on the bike. Again, standard, most e-bikes is kind of starting at the 250 watts, so I ended up going for the 750 watt. So it'll be interesting just to compare that and just see how that works. Oh, look at that! Even some gloves to pull it apart and keep your hands clean. Okay, so we just got some bits and pieces in here, some tools, some wires, accessories, and a throttle, thumb drive throttle, a headlight, and that is pretty much it. Okay, so imagine in these extra packages are some of the options that you can order. And so the first one is you've got a lot of different options in the type of computer that you actually want to order. And in my particular case, I decided to go for the most compact colour screen display. There's probably 8 different options, and I felt this was the most compact. It had everything in one piece. You can get pieces where you've got the display separate from the controls. So I felt that should fit in quite nicely next to my brake lever and allow me all the control I need. So that's the 500C. And there's a bit of Okay, so this is the other option. You've got two options here. When you're ordering the kit, you can either order brake levers, which has this sensor in it. Because I've got integrated brake gear changes, I needed to go for these sensors. And so basically there's a little magnet that gets clipped onto the brake lever and the sensor. And so, but like I said, you got the option to get this or the brake levers, and you can replace your brake levers out. And this one, no doubt, will be the chain ring. So again, multiple options here for the chain ring. I just went for the default one, which is 44 tooth, which is actually the same size as my largest chain ring on my bike. So that should give me the top speed that I'm after, and hopefully the different gearing that will be quite good. Anyway, so that's pretty much all that comes in the package. From what I've looked at and ordered online, it looks like I've got everything I need to start this project, which we're really looking forward to. Might just start here with the battery. This is has its rack that you can actually attach and screw in. I guess one thing to probably be aware of is the size of your frame to make sure whatever battery you get is going to fit. But that's going to screw in to where the bottle holder goes, and hopefully that should actually fit in there. Look at that, that should work out quite well. The little computer, which gives you the options to set your speed and the throttle. Again, we will mount these up on the handlebars in a nice easy spot to get access to your hand. Guess this is the motor. The brains live all inside here, and we are going to remove the whole crank out of there, and this one just slides in. We have replacement crank arms, and so pretty much we're going to replace all of the existing components here on the bike with a new chain ring, and the rest of it and the chain and the gears will remain the same. And we're also going to have a speed sensor, which will probably be mounted on the trailing link here, and that'll basically keep an eye on the speed. And all of that's going to get fed back to the motor and the computer, and that'll control everything from there. Anyway, that's a bit of a layout on the project, and we might see on the next video to talk about how that all works and how that all goes together, and show you a little bit more of the specifics. Again, this is the first time that we've actually done this. I've never done any e-bike installations, so it'll just be interesting to see how easy it is. Again, how good the little manual is that gets with it. But again, good thing we have is there are still lots of videos on YouTube that you can watch to get some hints. So catch us next time, and we'll run through that installation.
This feels weird.